Ah, yes. We have shocked Simon Blackquill
Mm-hmm.
into submission so that we may investigate another day.
Okay.
And now I'm hoping to really nail Joker to the wall.
He hasn't reappeared in our stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking this day of investigation, there's going to be a focus.
Okay.
That's what it seems like. Having a yokai testify in court is unprecedented, to say the least. I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it's strange, but worse, Prosecutor Blackquill is playing along. I can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit. Wait, what about the investigation? Back? Eek! Whoa, Trucy, welcome back. Oh, you're in your stage outfit. Back from work? Yep. I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. Anyway, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must have used the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tenma Taro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right, maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts right now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. 3, 2, 1, ta-da! Unnecessary evidence has disappeared into Trucy's magic panties. Heck of a sentence. I wonder where all that stuff goes. Alright, okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vamonos, Apollo, vamonos!
Why did they outline the one that's still alive?
So we remember where we found him?
Alright.
Detective Fulbright, mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt, so... Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover.
It's like I told you the other day, I don't actually think he's, like, a bad person. Like,
Oh, I don't think so either. Yeah. I sort of feel bad for him, but we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know the Tenma Taro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the Fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key into the Fox chamber through the air vent here. Then went back through the duct and fled the manor. That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vet. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing.
it's creepy about something in there.
There's a thick layer of dust in here. What if we see, like, another dead person?
Ugh.
I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes, Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah, dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You'd think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that duct lately? Kinda looks that way. And if it's true, Mayor Tenma's going to be fingered as the killer. But, if we don't turn things around quickly, in justice we trust. Ah! Ha ha ha! Sorry, Mr. Justice, but it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Arr! Detective Fulbright sure seems chipper all of a sudden. Ugh, and I'm back to my old devastated self. Oh, come on, where's the never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man, bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Ha ha ha, justice prevails once more. It's not over yet, and besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. Ack! Are you calling me a bad guy? Me? Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? Then how about some information on the investigation? We need some help here. Information? About the investigation? Alright, but I won't have you calling me a bad guy ever again, understood? We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? Alright. I can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pinning the blame on a yokai? He really wants a conviction at all costs. She could give a yokai a run for its money when she's mad. Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that'll teach him anything. Yeah, he'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times.
What's dotard?
I think like adult or something like that. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father, the real killer. Yeah, right, I'd like to see him prove it. Well, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence, but we did find this. It was at the base of the cliff just outside QB Manor. Wait, that stuff that isn't the staff Tenma Tara was supposedly carrying, is it? The one and only. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way! Well, what about Prince? Nope, no Prince, but if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion, but if that's the case... Then where in the mansion did Tenma Taro get it from? Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the Amazing Ninetales? He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal merger in the victim's past. The Amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. And Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The Amazing Ninetales fans are so angry they even tried to storm the detention center. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others, but there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask turn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We ought to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? No, did you forget that Mayor Tenma is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh yeah. You be careful now, you're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure-4 leg lock. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Are there any other new developments we should know? Now that you mention it, our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something.
Why does everyone in Ace Attorney games have amnesia?
I know.
But he did get hit. In his defense, he got hit in the head.
Yeah, he's got a good reason. He did. What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature. I wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell's busy questioning him. I know, why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Ha ha. What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea, we might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright while we're there. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. And I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time it's like we're bound and gagged, too. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Ooh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here, too. Mr. Wright. How goes the investigation, Apollo, Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? I was watching the two of you this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know, I've never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could have escaped that locked room. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. How are we going to get out of this one? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Force a smile? Yeah, and my mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics. That's right, always believe in your client no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Oh, okay. Or wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so... Oh, I guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. Ha ha ha. I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Aw, it's nothing special. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. It's just I thought if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it to the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer, and at the tender age of 18, no less. Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or personal, like she's trying to help somebody she knows. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client, Wright. Mr. Wright? Yes. I'm going to visit our client again, bless you. I think that's a good idea. Alright, time to see what's new down at the detention center.
I wonder if we're going to get him or the demon.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Are we going to get straight-face or weird Tenma? Mayor Tenma, we wanted to talk to you about something.
Oh.
Ka-cha!
Guess I got my answer.
Yep, real quick. Eek! Caw, 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 caw. So my minions have returned. Apollo. I wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Mayor Tenma again. Silence, peddler of the legal trade. Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste. Wow, he's sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him win his freedom. Still, we can't let Mayor Tenma stay possessed, you know what I mean? If you can clear me of these charges, I shall help in whatever manner I may. Now ask me what you will. I suppose it's worth a shot? Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed, the remnants of Ten Mataro, king of the underworld they be. The day when I once again dominate the mortal world is at hand. Caw, 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 caw. The prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie. What's this? I must breach these walls and go defend my little Jinxie at once. Huh? Mayor Tenma, is that you? Well now, Damon appears to still reside within this body. But I could have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien. I guess a little thing like demonic possession won't stop a father slut or his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman Cubey, did you? I have killed no one. The remnants of my presence have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but... whatever he said after that. Yikes, so... not but ash. So you're saying there must have been somebody else there. Come to think of it, the mayor hadn't mentioned that he'd been clubbed with the statue. I better ask about this too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me. Indeed I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. What? Behold, the key to the Forbidden Chamber. Whoa, is regurgitation one of your demonic powers too? Bah, I do not waste my powers in such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the Forbidden Chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight. But no fingerprints shall you find upon that key. How do you know that?
It came out my gullet?
Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers, then? Foolish mortal, you would have me, Tenmataro, act as some asinine alchemist? I but asked the jailer and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Caw. Always an honor to serve your malevolence. Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. But if I had known its manner of opening long, long ago, would I have made my return. He has a point there.
But wait, how can it be down his stomach if, like, he didn't let the killer have it, but that's how you get the demon out?
Yeah.
I'm a little confused at the moment.
Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. And we did see him open the door in the video. Joker.
I mean, we believe he did, yes.
Yeah.
Show him the thing that he got clubbed in the head with.
Okay. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works. What, might I ask, is that? This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Let me see whether Damien knows about such a thing. Yes, something wrapped in just such a cloth does he recall. A secret gift from Alderman Cubey, it would seem. He, however, had not had a chance to see it till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Maybe the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck? If that Damien does not know. A secret gift. Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. I should question him about the blackmail letter, too. Let's see what he says when I show it to him. Why this? This is that accursed blackmail letter that was sent to Damien. Apparently somebody slipped it into the alderman's pocket. We believe someone, probably the killer, stole it from Mayor Tenma's briefcase. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Caw. You have questions, do you? Very well, ask away, mortal. Who placed this in the alderman's pocket? Very few were they who know the letter was in Damien's briefcase. So whoever knew about the blackmail letter being in the mayor's briefcase is a potential suspect in its theft and placement in the alderman's pocket. Could it have been his doing? Mr. Taro, did you just remember something? Indeed I did. There was but one other who knew of that letter, okay. Damien's aide, Florent Labelle. Full knowledge of that briefcase contents did that aide possess. Then he may be the blackmailer and the murderer we're looking for. That is preposterous. He's the most trusted advisor. He would never betray Damien.
So he's Damien's assistant?
Yeah. He's the assistant to the mayor. It seems like Mayor Tenma is a bit too trusting of those around him. Still, this is huge. Now we know who might have slipped that blackmail letter in the alderman's pocket. Look out, Florent Labelle. Here comes justice. Let's go find Mr. Labelle and rake him over the coals. thanks for the help. You've just given us a major lead. Good job saying we should present the weapon to him, because that led to this, and now we know everything.
They prompted us, like, oh, I should probably show that.
The blackmail letter.
No. Prior to that, they had prompted us to show the weapon, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I can't take credit for it.
Well, you remember the prompt.
Okay.
It totally went over my head, and I don't know how. There's something that still bothers me. If Mr. LaBelle is the killer, what could have motivated him to open the Forbidden Chamber? We should probably search it for clues. Only one problem. How do you open a locked door that doesn't have a keyhole? Let's go talk to Jinxie. Maybe she can help. Alright. I don't know.
I can't wait to see Joker's breakdown.
I know, I'm looking forward to that. He's so smug.
He is a little... I have words, but I can't say because you're recording.
Yeah. Hey, isn't that...
She looks sick.
Grr, you dare imprison me? Jinxie. She's acting really strange. That loathsome, no-good Ninetales, he shall know the terror that is mine in despair. Grr. Was she Tenmataro too? Oh, you shall pay dearly. All of you. Jinxie, are you alright? Eek! Ah. Oh, is that you, Mr. Demon Lawyer? Morning, Jinxie. Morning? Isn't it already past noon? And what am I doing here? Last I remember, I lay down to take a nap back in the manor. Oh no, it must have been the Makuragashi. Makura Geishi. Could be Geishi or Gashi. Ever wake after a restless night's sleep to find your pillow in an unusual place? Or that you've been sleeping on the floor or in the hallway? Well, it's that yokai's fault. The Makuragaishi preys on people while they're asleep. It sounds like you just need to be tucked in real tight, or maybe a snug sleeping bag. Jinxie, how come you don't have any charms on your forehead? I don't? Oh, they must have fallen off. Without them, evil things can creep into me. I'd say we had more than adequate demonstration of that just now. I'd better reapply them. Jinxie, there's something we wanted to ask you. Ah, there was something I wanted to tell you, too. I remembered something else. You did? What was it? Jinxie, can you tell us what you remembered? Well, after the trial, I remembered lots of stuff. But there was one thing I thought was really weird. I'm almost afraid to ask, but here goes. Really? What? It's about the yokai feathers and tracks. They weren't there when I first opened the door. Wait, what? Are you sure? Uh-huh. My memory's crystal clear now. So you're saying they were left at the crime scene after you found it? This could spell major trouble, Apollo. Why? Because Jinxie is already accused of leaving the feathers and tracks at the scene. If they weren't there when she discovered the crime scene, it will totally fuel the claim that she fabricated the evidence later on. Ack. Jinxie's fuzzy memory of the whole incident is really working against us. The prosecution will probably say she doesn't remember planting the evidence. Good luck rebutting that. Oh man, this is not good. I sure hope she didn't plant the evidence while she was sleepwalking or something. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to know how to open the Forbidden Chamber, would you? That door doesn't even have a keyhole. Well, it's supposed to have a secret mechanism. They say you have to figure it out before the keyhole will appear. A secret mechanism, really? Uh-huh. It's hidden in the Fox Chamber. But only Alderman Cubey knew what it was and how it worked. The Alderman of Ninetales Vale sure loved his secrets. Apollo, let's go see if we can find that secret mechanism. Whoa, slow down. There's something else I need to ask about. Jinxie, is there only one key to the Forbidden Chamber? Uh-huh. Even the Manor's master key won't open it. That's because it's a very special room that must never be opened. Guess that means nobody entered the Forbidden Chamber after the murder. After all, we know Mayor Tenma took the key from the killer and swallowed it, so the mayor's efforts to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber were not in vain. there anything we should present to her?
Do you just want to show her the key?
Sure, let's do it. What's this? A Tsukimogami? Tsukumogami? A yokai that inhabits objects that have been used for a really long time. The red demon and the Tsukumogami. What a strange combination. Is everything to her some supernatural phenomenon? Yeah. I showed her the superstitions, since she is very superstitious.
I think she's gonna tell you that for everything.
I'll try Jinxie's statement really fast, and then... I saw him, Tenmataro. It nearly scared me to death. Do you see a lot of monsters, Jinxie? Uh-huh. Shivers. In fact, I encountered the Sunekosuri this morning. Sunekosuri? You know, I don't know that one. Tell me about it. It's a mean little beast that trips you by bumping into your shins. I keep tripping all the time because of that pesky little thing. When it gets really bad, I stick Sunekosuri warding charms on my shins. How about investing in some shin guards and watching your step instead? Okay. And so... Okay. Let's see if there's anybody here. Justice needs backup sometimes too, so I don't mind you asking for help, but you should start by thinking things over yourself. After all, the road to justice starts with your own first step. If you don't have any information to offer, you can just say so. Okay, so let's start. Don't we need to get past him to look at the door?
Yeah.
I'm confused then. Such a grisly crime scene. I won't wrestle the murderous fiend behind bars. So you still think Mayor Tenma is responsible? That's right, Damien Tenma is an evil fiend who must be banished from this world. Now take my hand and together we will defeat this evil. I think you're forgetting that Mayor Tenma is still my client.
Hey!
Kitty! Let's see...
Do you want to see if you can find Florent LaBelle?
I guess,
This is it.
yeah, not producing anything. But hold up a second, though. Show blackmail letter to LaBelle, show fox and demon statue to Jinxie. Okay, it's literally telling us what to do. It's actually kind of...
They did ask us to show that to her.
Yeah. Alright. Alderman Cubey made that statue. It's a token of goodwill. I think it was meant to be for Ninetails Vale and Tenma Town. A token of goodwill, but the two yokai are fighting. Fighting? Oh, I see what you mean. The cup portion is missing. This statue originally depicted the two yokai holding up a cup in celebration. But it sure doesn't look that way now, does it? Maybe it broke when it was used to hit Mayor Tenma on the head. That would explain it. I guess the only two people who knew what it really looked like were the alderman and I. Now it's just me, but its symbol of goodwill will be forever etched in my mind.
So there was probably going to be a merger
Yeah,
of the two towns.
that's what it seems like. So is there anything else we should know about Jinxie? No, that's about it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. My bracelet's reacting. Jinxie, you wouldn't happen to be... In Justice We Trust. Yikes. Eek, a ghost. Arr. Detective Fulbright, what are you doing here? I have business with this young lady, if you must know. Prosecutor Blackwell has asked me to question her. Question me? Sorry, not interested. Are you here to ask about that whole yokai affair? That's right. Specifically, we want to ask... but I can't tell you that now, can I? Ha 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 ha. Oh, come on, please. We're partners in justice, right? No. Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me my questions were of the utmost justice. I will not fall for your lies. In justice we trust. The Twisted Samurai sure has him on a short leash. So you're not a ghost? Maybe some sort of urban troll, then? Now come along, Miss Tenma, to the station with you. He took her away. Missed my chance to see what she was lying about. Well, at least we found out there's a secret mechanism for opening the chamber. Let's go check it out. I just hope they let us in now.
Whoa, his hair's blue now.
Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, let me...
He was blonde before.
Yeah! Oh, what an absolutely fabulous scent. I'm so glad I had these carnations imported from England. Nothing but the finest will do. Perhaps I should place one aside for our dearly departed alderman. Hey, it's Mr. LaBelle. Apollo, let's ask him about you-know-what. Oh yeah, before we search the Fox Chamber, we should ask about that blackmail letter. Why, if it isn't the mayor's little lawyers, what do you want with me? Oh, there's something we wanted to ask.
What's that?
Where's that ringing coming from? You'll have to excuse me. Hello, LaBelle here. What the? Those things on his shoulders are cell phones? Yes, about that, you must forgive me. This whole matter with Mayor Tenma has been a complete nightmare. Where do you buy clothes like that? Ah ha ha ha. Surprised? This is my own special design. It's the ultimate in functional beauty. Functional beauty? Are you sure about that? Looks a bit unwieldy to me. Ah! Ha 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 ha! You simply don't have an eye for beauty. If having an eye for beauty means looking like this guy, I'd rather be blind.
Me too.
So, what do you want with me? Both Jinxie and Mr. Filch said they saw Tenma Taro. But what about you, Mr. LaBelle? If you were in the foyer, why didn't you see... Ah! Ha 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 ha! Very well, I admit it. That's right, I, Florin LaBelle, saw the demon Tenma Taro. So he did see something. Then why did you lie about not seeing him? I was simply trying to protect my dear little Jinxie. Protect Jinxie? What do you mean? Why, don't tell me you haven't heard of that strange little habit of hers. Which one are you talking about? The one where she wanders around making mischief without knowing what she's doing. Rumor has it she's possessed by Tenma Taro. That one's new to me. Ah ha ha ha. Well, there you have it. Anytime you hear about a Tenma Taro sighting, little Jinxie should be your prime suspect. Tell us more about that rumor. So, what was that rumor about Jinxie? They say she's possessed. Not all the time, of course. It hits suddenly, then she starts wandering around doing strange things. Is that so? Although, come to think of it, that loathsome no-good Ninetales, boy, to terror's mine. Yeah, that seemed like possession. That certainly would explain how she was acting earlier.
Or mental illness.
Yeah. Once she even put on a Tenma Taro costume and wandered around the woods at night. She did.
I'm gonna call BS on this because she's from a neighboring town and doesn't even know, like, the folklore because she was staring that demon in the face and they're like, watch out, little girl, he'll take your soul.
Yeah, she was green on that, wasn't she?
Yeah, she doesn't know, because she's from the neighboring town, she doesn't know, like, the folklore from this one. She just happens to work at this mansion.
Interesting. Yeah.
Anyway.
He doesn't seem that trustworthy either.
No. He's over the top.
Yeah.
Beware you seal me away.
I wish I'd never asked. Does she remember anything while she's possessed? Unfortunately, no. She doesn't seem to remember a thing during these episodes. Memory loss during possession. Come to think of it, her memory of the murder scene was quite fuzzy. I suppose that, too, was caused by her possession. Ah, then maybe... Ah ha ha ha. So you do understand. That whole yokai business was entirely of her own making. Now, wait a minute. Although that yokai evidence wasn't there until after she discovered the crime scene, did she leave those black feathers and strange tracks there herself? Apollo, let's ask Mayor Tenma about Jinxie's episodes the next time we talk with him.
Show him that letter.
Yep. Time to show the blackmail letter. What is that? It's the blackmail letter, but it wasn't sent to Alderman QB. It was sent to Mayor Tenma. And... your point being... someone took the letter from the mayor's briefcase and then placed it in the alderman's pocket after he was murdered. Oh, you don't say. You wouldn't happen to be the one who made the switch, would you? After all, you're the only one who knew that the blackmail letter was in his briefcase. So naturally you act. Ah ha ha ha. Perhaps that shot of cologne will make those scales fall from your eyes. Or my eyes fall from their sockets. Is it possible that you would like to frame me as a potential suspect? What would make you raise such an outrageous allegation in the first place? Oh, well, ah ha ha ha. My only crime is being born as beautiful as you see here. In other words, you have nothing. Now, let me show you what to do with this garbage. Ah, you can't destroy evidence like that. What do you mean I can't? I just did. Ah ha ha ha. Feel a little lighter now? You've just won a one-way trip to the top of my most annoying people ever list, buddy. Are we done with your silly questions now? I'm a very busy man, you know. Ah, I guess that's it for now.
Kitty cat.
I thought that was Maestro coughing, but he's just looking at, I guess, Pepper who's coughing.
Pepper's underneath there.
These people, you see, that's... Look, if I were in this world, after one case of that happening, I would know never to show bad people evidence unless there's like 3 people with me who are witnesses to it. I guess that's it for now. Hello, LaBelle speaking. Really? You wish to carry my new product at your store? Oh, but I'm afraid it's my own private brand. It's not available to the public. What? Then I shouldn't advertise it on TV, but I don't understand. As the embodiment of beauty, it is my duty to announce my good looks to the world. Bus, I'm getting off. Ah ha ha ha. Everyone wants my exclusive... How do you say that?
Oh, that's like French.
Je suis LaBelle brand products. It's the crown jewel of my collection, born of my long, relentless pursuit of beauty. But now that it's becoming so popular, it's been an absolute nightmare. You don't say. Well, they can't have it. It's just for me. It's not meant for you peasants.
So he sounds like Cartman. He advertises...
Cartman land.
and then won't let anybody in. Because they just told him you shouldn't advertise it on TV then.
Well, Cartman can be a little anarchist like the Joker. And he looks like the Joker, so... Peasants? This is my latest product. I'm calling it Collier Mais Labelle. A dazzling hair color that you can wash out with just water. Guess that means you can't sweat. I have 7 colors in all. You can find out more in my commercials and magazine ads, so that's why his hair is blue. Yet it's not available to the public. Great sales strategy there, genius. Come to think of it, Mr. LaBelle, your hair color's changed since the last time we met. Ah ha ha ha. The little lady has quite the discerning eye. Here's a little sample. Consider it a gift for one who truly appreciates beauty. Oh, Apollo, what should I do? Better take it before you get a full face of cologne. Good point. Wow, thanks, Mr. LaBelle. Okay, let's head over to the Fox Chamber. We've still got to find the secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. You owe me a new blackmail letter. By you, I mean him, of course. Okay, let's find that secret mechanism for opening the Forbidden Chamber. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't wait to see how it works. But do you really think the killer entered the Forbidden Chamber? We'll just have to open it to find out. We should also see if there was anywhere the killer could have hidden this room. Okay, let's get started.
Behind that screen.
Yeah, you've been thinking that the whole time. Appurate, Apollo, appurate. So the crime scene was locked tight at the time. This is a tough one. The only people in that locked room were the deceased, the alderman, and the mayor. Maybe the killer hid somewhere in that room. But is there really anywhere to hide in this fox chamber? Whoops. Nothing much to see on this side. Maybe I should go check out the other side. Oh yeah, I can rotate the... I feel like opening it might have something to do with those things. There's a carving of the nine-tailed fox over the door, and statues of him on either side. The way those two statues are glaring, it's like they're guarding the door from us. Come to think of it, there are two foxes on the folding screen as well. It can't be a coincidence, can it? Hey, this statue moves! Don't get carried away now, I mean, who knows, it might trigger a trap. Heh, I can handle it. If a spear comes shooting my way, I'll snatch it out of the air. After all, I have the reflexes of a regular karate kid. I guess if you catch something that fast out of midair, you can accomplish anything. Still, there might be something to the fact that these fox statues rotate. Maybe there's something around here that shows the position they should be in. Okay, so...
They're on the screen. The fold-away screen has two of them, too.
Oh, yeah.
They should be facing away from each other.
Yeah. Two foxes standing back-to-back are depicted on this elegant folding screen. Could this have something to do with the keyhole? Wait a minute. Two foxes. There are two fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber as well.
So rotate one.
Yep. Maybe the keyhole will appear if we do something to this folding screen. But I don't see anything unusual about it. Well, it does have two foxes on it, and there are two fox statues in front of the door. Then maybe there's a clue somewhere in this room. Let's turn the whole place upside down. She's as excited as a kid in a candy store. Well, didn't we already find it? Or do we have to... Still no keyhole, huh? Yeah, and the door won't budge, just like those spiky bangs of yours. Well, all it takes is some water, but I don't think that would work on the door. Oh, I know. I'll break it down with the body slam. Ha ha ha, I seriously doubt you could do that. Tisk, how do you know if I haven't even tried? No, wait, don't! Ah, as much as you hate losing, Athena, I think the door would win this match. Maybe the killer hid under this table. That would be a terrible hiding place. The alderman's body would have been right above. You're right. Guess the underside is a bit... Wait, there's something under the table. Let's check it out.
The cup is broken.
Yeah! Hey look, there's something down here. It looks like a piece of something. Only question is a piece of what? Oh, I know. It might be a piece of the statue. Remember what Jinxie said? The statue originally depicted two yokai holding up a cup. It was a symbol of goodwill. So this piece broke off and rolled under the table. Glad I checked that. Well, I can't think of anywhere else to look. You find anything, Apollo? We'll never find the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber at this rate. There's something about that folding screen. You know how those fox statues in front of the Forbidden Chamber move? That screen might be a clue as to how we're supposed to position them or something. I bet you're right. Let's go over that screen with a fine-tooth comb. On closer inspection, I think there's more to the screen than meets the eye. Let's check every last inch of it. I can rotate the folding screen with the right analog stick. If I spot anything of interest, I can press X on it to examine it further. You can also zoom in and out with triangle and circle to get a better look. Now let's check every last inch.
Here's the key. See the keys?
Yeah. It's a picture of a key. That shape looks awfully familiar. Oh, I know. It's shaped like the Forbidden Chamber's key. We're definitely getting warmer. Okay, let's take an even closer look. What's this? It looks like a keyhole or something. You think it could be the keyhole to the Forbidden Chamber? Wait, what about the key drawn on the end of the screen? You think the two are related? A key and a keyhole. Ooh, I just got an idea. If we folded the screen up just right, the key and the keyhole should overlap. Hey, I think you're right. Let's give it a try. Look, a door. Yeah, and it's open, too. The two foxes are now facing each other, so... Hey, what if we made those fox statues face each other? Let's do it. Apollo, let's go check out the two statues. Okay, help me move the two statues so they face each other, just like on the screen. Look! A lock appeared. Now we can use that key. Okay, here goes nothing. It worked! Time to see why this chamber is so forbidden. What secrets could it hold, I wonder? I'm kind of curious what it looks like, too.
You're obviously not afraid of the demon.
Mm-hmm. These doors need some serious oil. Ah, that was like nails on a chalkboard. Oh, right, forgot about these super good ears of yours. Look, more feathers.
Is that hair dye?
Looks like. Eek! What the heck is that? Is that a Tenmataro statue? But there's something odd about it. Ugh, all I know is I don't like it and I can't explain why. You okay, Athena? You look kind of pale. You're not scared, are you? What of this thing? Don't make me laugh. Heh, heh. Really? Hey, look. What? What is it? Over there on the left, there's a bunch of staves on that rack. They kind of look like the staff we saw earlier. You mean the one Jinxie said she saw Tenmataro carrying? Yeah, I bet our Tenmataro impersonator really did come in here at some point. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's search the place. Alright, first things first. What's this? Whatever it is, the packaging is really gaudy, and the fact that there's no dust on it means it hasn't been here very long. Oh, it's hand cream. Let's see what brand it is. Je suis Labelle. Labelle? What the? But then wouldn't that mean Mr. Labelle was here? I guess so, but why? Well, whoever was dressed up like Tenmataro must have taken a staff from here in the Forbidden Chamber. And that same person probably dropped this hand cure at the same time. Or at that time. In other words, the Tenmataro impersonator we're looking for is none other than... Florent Labelle. That might be a big break for us in court tomorrow. Now all we have to do is get the truth out of Mayor Tenma. Whoops. There we go. Hey, there's a bunch of staves here, and it looks like one's missing. The Tenmataro Jinxie saw... must have taken it. I'd have to agree. These look like the one Detective Fulbright showed us. Why do you think there's so many here? Maybe they're spares. Tenmataro might be, absent-minded or something. But the fact that he has spare staves handy, well, it shows that he's aware of his faults and is trying to deal with them. Or at least that's my take on it. Maybe this will remind her to deal with her own faults. But I won't hold my breath. Look, a fire extinguisher? Looks like an old scroll, and there's something drawn on it. Mistaken. It looks like an old guy. Some sort of monk, maybe? A monk? What are you talking about? You know, people that take walks in the mountains as a form of spiritual training. Wouldn't that just be a hiker? The guy in this picture doesn't look like he's doing this for fun, Athena. Oh look, there's some yellow thing strapped on his back. Whoa, it's turning into Tenmataro. What's this scroll getting at? Is this how Tenmataro was born? Well, whatever it is, it's definitely creepy. Looks like a gravestone or something. It reads, "Here lies Tenmataro, age 80. Cause of death, choked on a chicken bone." Ah, say it ain't so. Besides, that sounds more like an autopsy report than an epitaph, if you ask me. Wait, you're joking around because you're scared. It's your coping mechanism. I'm not scared. Freak out central right here, baby. Cut it out, widget. Denial is strong in this one. Hey, that's actually another piece of that,
I think that's another chamber back there.
Whoa, that's one big statue. Must be something like 15 feet tall. And look, this Tenmataro has a staff. But the Tenmataro in the scroll didn't have one. I wonder why. I feel like this could be significant, but why?
Because that means he'd been in there to see it, to impersonate it.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a closer look. First, to go around this table here. Ah, Apollo, are you sure that's a good idea? Hey, it looks like there's some sort of compartment in the base of the statue. Don't open it. Who knows what might be in there? It's just a big empty compartment. And from all the dust and cobwebs, I'd say it hasn't been open in a really long time. That's enough, Apollo. Let's shut it and... Wait, there is something in here. It looks like some sort of figure, but it's so dusty I can't tell what it's supposed to be. Wonder what it's doing here. A stone lantern. Like those Japanese garden lamps. Where's the switch? Lamps like these are lit by fire, not electricity, so there is no switch. Oh, here it is. What? It was hidden out of sight. I see Temataro's cell has been outfitted with all the amenities a yokai could want. Black feathers. They look exactly like the ones in the fox chamber. That means the killer must have been in here at some point. The question is why. Maybe the Tenmataro costume was hidden in here. I mean, if someone carried it through the manor, it would have stuck out like a sore thumb. But when did the killer get in here? The mayor snatched the Forbidden Chamber key when the killer hit him on the head. That means the killer could have only gotten in here before the murder. Wow, this is one tough riddle, all right. And that's the same thing you were wondering about. About how they could have opened the chamber when... Ooh, look at that. How they could have opened the chamber when he ate the key. Oh, look, there's an air vent here, too. I guess even forbidden chambers need proper ventilation. But I don't think anyone can reach this one either. Yeah, and there's nothing to stand on around here. I wonder where this vent leads. Well, the Fox Chambers vent didn't branch this way, so maybe it doesn't have anything to do with this case after all. Guess that about wraps it up. What now? We should probably talk to some of the witnesses again. You mean like Mr. Filch and Jinxie? Yeah, I really want to ask Mr. Filch about the village superstitions in Tenmataro. Okay, so... Ask Filch about Tenmataro, investigate Jinxie's alleged possession, find out what Jinxie is lying about. It's the curse of Tenmataro! Eek! You outsiders are ignoring them superstitions at our peril. Mind your own business, will ya? Ah! Youch! What's all this about a curse? Tenmataro's gonna curse us all unless you stop sticking your nose where it don't belong. Stop the investigation. Listen to what them superstitions say. Right. How about obeying the law before you go obeying the superstitions? Huh? Hey, what are you doing with Widget around your neck? He's mine. You know better than to go around stealing people's stuff like that. The same goes for my bracelet.
Oh, he's got the bracelet now.
Yep. Sorry, I promise I won't do it again. He almost kidnapped my sweet little Widget. The big jerk. I'm sorry. I guess you can't teach an old raccoon dog new tricks. As long as we have him here, I guess we should ask him about what happened. I can't believe you did that. It's one thing to steal a pair of shoes, but to steal a Widget? Grr. Yipes. Mercy, mercy, I can't seem to control myself. It's that thieving blood running in my veins. Thieving blood? What's that supposed to mean? Hehehe, glad you asked. The infamous bandit Azuki Kozo was my grandpappy. Take a gander at this. What exactly am I looking at? Oh, looks like another one of those yokai to me. It's none other than the Azuki Kozo, robbed from the rich to give to the poor, he did. And he'd leave one of those figures at the scene of the crime. What's more, I'm his grandson because he was my grandpappy. Wow, you don't say. Thieves' honor, it's the honest truth. I guess we can show him our thing when we can. Ah, the sloshing sound of Azuki beans scrapping together in the dead of night. Clean for giving out to the poor.
Didn't you say one of those things wash beans at night and keep people awake? One of the
yokai?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. I'm Azuki Kozo, washer of money, giver outer of wealth, reborn. Forget the money, you should be washing yourself of this nasty habit. Wait a second, this figure looks familiar. Yes, it looks just like that old dusty figure we found in the Forbidden Chamber. Hey, what are you doing with that there figure? Oh, this? We found it in the Forbidden Chamber. Looks like it'd been there practically forever. Could mean my grandpappy broke into the Forbidden Chamber way back. Hey, that reminds me, he once told me there's treasure in that there chamber. Treasure? What do you know about the treasure in the Forbidden Chamber? Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it, said there's an amazing treasure in there. There's something amazing in there? Didn't see anything like that, though. Your grandfather didn't by chance already steal it, did he? Seeing how there was one of his figures in there, that just might be. That's Grandpappy for ya. Bet he washed that treasure up real good before handing it out to the poor. Oh, of course, because he was so righteous. In court, you mentioned seeing Tenma Taro near the scene of the crime. Sorry I didn't come clean right away, but them superstitions got the better of me. The people of Ninetails Vale sure seem like a superstitious bunch. I'm not surprised you wouldn't want to talk about seeing Tenma Taro. Darn right, them superstitions scare me out of my wits, I tell you. That's why I'm gonna do exactly what they say from now on. So you plan on staying here in Ninetails Vale? Yep, I'm gonna keep living right here and keep with the old ways, just like my grandpappy did. Them superstitions are like a rule book to me. Wait, so you're saying you actually believe in those old wives' tales? Ain't you been listening to a word I said? You're going to do exactly what them superstitions say. Well, I say that's baloney.
Is it the superstitions book? I can't remember what was on this.
Let's see. Don't gaze upon Tenma Taro. Don't tell others if you see him, which he did. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. Your immediate departure from the village is how you can save it. So yeah, I think it's this. It's clearly written here, ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it, your immediate departure from the village. Ah, so according to this, you shouldn't even be here, let alone talking with us. You said you plan on staying right here in Ninetails Vale. But if you really believed in the superstitions, you would have been gone, long gone by now. Wow. I know you've been lying to me. Time to come clean, Mr. Filch. Yipes! You were lying about believing in the superstitions, weren't you? Sorry, but I didn't have no choice. So what was the real reason why you couldn't talk about seeing Tenma Taro? It's all that pretty boy's fault, Mr. LaBelle, if you know what I mean. He told me not to say a word about seeing Tenma Taro. Said if I did, he'd do to me what them superstitions said would happen. So it was Mr. LaBelle who muzzled you. Why would Mr. LaBelle want to scare you into silence? Mr. LaBelle was trying to protect that maid gal, the little maid gal. That's on account of that rumor, the one about her being possessed. That rumor again. I guess we really do have to talk to Mayor Tenma about the possession rumor. Ouch, hey, watch it. Village superstition stolen by Phineas Filch. I'll be taking this back now, Kinda like family to me. You could have just asked instead of stealing it. Was that all we wanted to ask Mr. Filch? Yeah, I think that was it. Let's go see Mr. Tenmatara one more time. Just thinking about dealing with that yokai again makes me want to say pass. Lord Tenma, your attorneys are here to see you, your malevolence. Why are you speaking like that? Oh, Mayor Tenma, you've returned. Yes, well, Jinxie came by earlier to apply a new charm to my head. It seems to be suppressing the demon within me. That's a relief. Maybe we'll actually get somewhere this time. So, what can I do for you today? We'd like to ask about the rumor that Jinxie is possessed. Ah, she allegedly left the yokai evidence at the scene while under a demon's power. At least that's what the prosecution is going to claim at tomorrow's trial. Hehehe. Huh? Caw, no match is this warding charm for me. Ah, the charm! Tenmataro's back. Those foolish mortals, they shall regret blaming that child for my doings. I blew it. That question brought that yokai back. And he probably won't drop the act until Jinky's name is cleared either. I'd like to ask you about something your aide Floor and LaBelle mentioned. Gonna finish off my smoothie real fast. Oh, that was good. Okay. Did you know Jinxie is rumored to be possessed? I know not of what you speak. You're not trying to protect Jinxie, are you? I, Tenmataro, Demon Lord of the Yokai, protect a mere mortal? Caw, no affections do I possess for your race of humans. Please, we already proved that there was a third party disguised as a yokai at the scene. But if you deny that tomorrow, we'll never be able to clear Mayor Tenma's name. But I have already told you I know not of what you speak. I don't think we'll get anything more out of him. It's all over unless we can somehow prove that Jinxie didn't plant that yokai evidence. Hey, Apollo, I think I've got this one. I think I can prove that she didn't do it. Really? Sure. I should be able to use psychology to explain that whole possession thing. Knock yourself out then. Wow, Athena's really something. I can really count on her when it counts. Mayor Tenma, Jinxie isn't possessed. I believe her so-called possession episodes are a form of somnambulism. Somnambulism? You mean sleepwalking? Yes, I believe she is exhibiting a rare form of the disorder. It's usually brought on by repressed stress. Mr. Mayor, didn't her symptoms start soon after she began her job in Ninetails Vale? When the child visited last, she did speak of dreading yokai and how they rob her of sleep each night. I knew it. That lack of sleep is causing her to enter an unconscious state. And that means she can't be trying to protect you, at least not on a conscious level. So then the Tenmataro that was spotted at the manor wasn't Jinxie. Sleepwalking, eh? That would indeed explain the matter. Look, Tenmataro's spirit. It's left the mayor's body. Can you tell us the truth now, Mayor Tenma? Very well. It's the least I could do for a superb exorcist such as you. Mayor Tenma, you didn't leave those feathers and tracks at the scene, did you? I did not. Neither I nor Jinxie have anything to do with that. That was the killer's doing, no doubt. I knew it. You suspect Florent is behind all this? But why? Did he really want Ninetails Vale that badly? Can you think of any reason why? Looking back, he did seem fixated on Tenmataro for a spell. Ah, could it be? Perhaps he was attempting to release Tenmataro. That's crazy. Are you saying that yokai is real? Whatever the case, Tenmataro brings nothing but pain and misfortune. It's as the superstitions warn, you must not gaze upon him, nor free him from his prison. But how can people actually believe that? Well, at least we know who's behind this whole Tenmataro thing now. Yeah, and I think we need to have another nice long chat with Mr. LaBelle. Your dinner is ready, Your Malevolence. Ah, an offering to the Demon King. You may place it right there. The kitchen crew poured their heart and soul into making it. Did they now? Souls happen to be a favorite of mine. Just hold the hearts next time. Caw, 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 caw. Yes, Your Malevolence, I'll remember that. How long is he planning to keep up this yokai charade? Well, we've already talked to Mr. Filch and Mayor Tenma, so why don't we go see Florin LaBelle next, now that we know the truth? He won't be able to claim that the Tenmataro was Jinxie or the mayor anymore.
Yeah.
But the real question is, how are we going to get him to admit it was him? Okay, now let's practice that again, Filchy, from the top. Mr. LaBelle was in the foyer at the time of the crime. And when we, heard a scream, oh heck, what was the next part again? Arr! You have the memory capacity of a flea. This is the 30th time, you know. Now 100 times more and we're done. What on earth are they practicing? Aw, I ain't cut out for this. Whoopsie daisy. Ow. Oh, begging your pardon, Mr. LaBelle. Unbelievable. What if you had sullied my outfit with those grubby paws of yours? All this is practice. Okay. Did Filch LaBelle's wallet just now? So, what do you think they're up to this time, Apollo? Oh, it's you two. Eavesdropping, are we? You peasants are so tacky. But what do you want with me? Your confession to being the Tenmataro imposter would be right about now. Mr. Filch filled me in on our conversation you two had, and about how you told him not to say a word about seeing Tenmataro. Filchy, you fool! Yipes! I told you nothing good would come out of running your mouth. So why did you want to keep Mr. Filch quiet like that, Mr. LaBelle? Ah ha ha ha! Why, to protect darling little Jinxie, of course. But Jinxie was never really possessed. She was sleepwalking. Being asleep at the time, she couldn't have been consciously trying to protect the mayor.
I just realized his hair is purple now and not really blue.
Oh yeah, it is. That also means she couldn't have possibly been Tenmataro. Interesting, but where are you going with this? Since you asked so politely, I believe you have a different reason for trying to keep Mr. Filch quiet. That reason would be to deflect doubt away from the one who was really Tenmataro. Ah ha 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 ha. Now this is getting interesting. Are you insinuating that I'm Tenmataro? So sorry to disappoint, but I'm nothing of the sort. That's right, Mr. LaBelle even told me Tenmataro was a jinx, so why would he yow 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 yow? I said Tenmataro was Jinxie, you fool. Honestly, you have the memory capacity of a flea. Practice that 100 more times. Yipes. So, have you been called to testify tomorrow? Yes, and I'm so looking forward to my courtroom debut. But you'll just have to wait until then. Ah ha 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 ha. Oh, I'll be waiting with a special piece of evidence I've been saving just for you. Filchy, wake up, you lazy bones. Huh? What? Was I sleeping? Must have been that sweet cologne of yours, Mr. LaBelle. Made me right sleepy, it did. Well, it's time for your lesson on what to do and say tomorrow. Oh, I'm begging you, not under the lesson. I ain't cut out for this thinking and remembering stuff. Arr! Right up the schnozola. Keep quiet and do exactly as I say. No, please, anything but another lesson. There they go. Missed our chance to get the truth out of him. Yeah, but we'll get the proof we need in court tomorrow, one way or another. All that's left now is that lie Jinxie told. We better go clear that up before tomorrow. You think they're done questioning Jinxie? Maybe. Let's see if she's over on Yokai Lane shopping for more charms. A cursed nine-tails fox, the time for settling the score is nigh. My grudge has but festered over time. At last, vengeance will be mine. Grr, grr. She must be possessed, or sleepwalking again. Maybe if I speak softly, I won't startle her and get a charm plastered on my forehead. Psst, Jinxie? Huh? Oh, hello, Mr. Demon Lawyer. Ah, my charms must have fallen off again. Phew, guess I can avoid a charm slap by toning down my cords of steel. Are they done questioning you, Jinxie? Uh-huh. And on the way back, I stopped here to buy a new charm that was just released. Yeah, which one? Oh, the one with the nine-tailed fox and Tenmataro. It showed them dancing together. Really? Two bitter rivals dancing together? Let's see. Buy a new charm. Uh-huh. It's a charm for rebuilding burnt bridges. Oh, right, for the municipal merger issue. No, it's for the demon lawyer and the insomniac prosecutor. I'll stop you two from fighting like you did in court this morning. We weren't fighting, it was just a spirited debate. It's what we lawyers act! No fighting. Charm slapped again. Apollo, if you're done playing around, let's find out what she was lying about. Jinxie, it seems like you're starting to remember things. You already said the feathers and tracks weren't there when you discovered the crime. Have you remembered anything else that seems important? Eek, like what? Tell us what you saw that day. Maybe you'll remember something else this time. Eek! When I opened the door, Papa and Alderman QB were collapsed in the Fox Chamber. That's when Papa told me to call an ambulance and the police. That's all he said before he passed out in the chair.
Oh, he must have talked to her.
Yeah, I knew it. She's holding something back. They haven't perceived outside the court. This is interesting.
Gotcha!
Oh, whoops. Eek! Arr. Don't shout like that. Nearly scared the wits out of me. And don't stare at me like that either. It's creepy. Guess that wasn't right. I meant to press circle, not triangle again. This thing isn't moving anymore. I'm not sure if that's it, though. No, I don't think so.
I didn't see anything in her really new.
Yeah. We'll have to look again.
Oh, her finger.
Yeah, I think it's this. I think the fact that it never moved until there. You were very nervous when you said that's all he said, weren't you? I know because I saw your fingers move as if you were going to slap someone with a charm. Huh? Listen to me, Jinxie, this is very important. Did Mayor Tenma say anything else to you? It was nothing. He was just talking in his sleep. Talking in his sleep? So you admit that he did say something else. Eek! How could you tell? Only... Well, I am Demon Lawyer. Like I said, he was just talking in his sleep. I mean, why else would Papa say something like that? Could you be a little more specific? Before he fainted, he said, "Forgive me, Jinxie, I killed Alderman QB." He said, what? The mayor actually confessed to the crime? But he didn't mean it. He couldn't possibly have known what he was saying. He was probably possessed, or maybe he was in the middle of a nightmare. A nightmare? No, this is a nightmare. This is one statement I wish I'd never heard. What in the world are we going to do now? Return to the basics? That's right, always believe in your client no matter what happens. That is a lawyer's greatest and most trusted weapon. Right, just believe in my client even if all I can see ahead is darkness and despair. Jinxie, does Prosecutor Blackwell know about your father's confession? I didn't mention it when he was questioning me. I mean, there's no way Papa's the killer. Why would the mayor confess like that? Could he really have been dreaming or simply delirious? Who knows, but I sure feel like I'm living in a nightmare, or I'm in a living nightmare right now. Apollo, what are we going to do about tomorrow's trial? The crime scene was locked tight until Jinxie arrived, and our clients even confessed. Not only that, Jinxie has been accused of planting the yokai evidence. Both the mayor and Jinxie are going to prison if we don't do something. I know. Well, let's see here. Our lack of a third party in the locked room is a major problem. Jinxie has testified that when she first opened the door, Alderman Cubey and Mayor Tenma were the only people she saw in the Fox Chamber. But the real killer must have been hiding in there as well. Considering the room was locked tight, that's the only logical explanation. Our mystery person must have then fled the Fox Chamber when it was opened. And that's when Jinxie saw what she thought was Tenma Taro. But Papa and the Alderman were the only people there. I didn't see anyone else. What's going on here? The bell's extremely pale, but he's far from transparent. So just how did he hide himself at the scene of the crime? I'm sure it's that curtain. I mean, not the curtain, the screen.
The screen, or either he was in the chamber.
Whatever it takes in court tomorrow, Apollo, we'll have to take down that dirty, rotten Tenma Taro Florent LaBelle. Right, we'll get him with a legal exorcism justice style. Yay!
I need to go to the restroom, but are you gonna keep playing, or are you gonna...
I gotta shower and brush my teeth and all that stuff. Basically get ready before I go back to work. But I think we made some good progress. We're now going to be on day 2 of the trial. All right.